I type into the box, is the giant chicken male or female? Is it a giant hen or a giant ... and send that off?
5 seconds again comes in. All of our customer service people are not in at the moment. It is 12 a.m. They'll be back at 8 a.m.
I open a new tab and put in maps in Terra Small Labyrinth.
Um, the same thing happens, but there's another link that pops up underneath. If you need more information, please click this link about Terra Small.
Just click the link.
Go ahead and roll acuity for me, please.
Since I'm specifically looking for navigational information for the labyrinth, uh, my training in acuity is tracking. Would that be applicable at all?
If you'd like, but that will be your only time to use it for this session.
Oh, that's accurate, actually. So we'll just roll it clean. Boxcars on that. I got 2 6s.
Awesome. 11, correct? Oh, that because you have
Yes, that is an 11 because I have a -1 on acuity.
perfect. You are able to pull up you know those maps of the zoo when you visit? It's a really like
Mhm.
with colorful whatever. You know though that it seems like it's an accurate thing. It's an accurate map, but it doesn't really tell you how like it's not to size basically. It's not a it's a good map, but you don't know like how far things
Mhm.
really are, how big things really are. But what you do know is that the labyrinth is almost 80% of the whole city. There is a little bit of stuff on
Oh.
the outside of the city. It's basically like the labyrinth. It looks like a giant. It looks like an a spider with no legs, with the labyrinth being the butt. Said butt of that spider, but
Hmm.
there's no legs.
So it's like there's the area that is set up at the mouth
Mm-hmm.
of the these are tourists who are going in, and then the entire rest of the city is the
Yes.
labyrinth itself.
Yep. There is
Um,
something in the middle though,
one more quick.
and it's just
Okay.
bright blue thing.
Just to satisfy my
Mm-hmm.
curiosity, I start tracing the actual path through it. Is it a single track that goes all the way around, or is it a labyrinth or is it a maze?
You try to do it, but
Mm-hmm.
it seems like it's just a one path, but you try to follow
Mm-hmm.
it, and for whatever weird reason, you find yourself right back at the mouth almost immediately.
Okay.
And you're following it closely, but it takes you right back into the front.
Well, that's fascinating. And this isn't even the labyrinth itself, it's just a depiction of it.
K. What does K do?
I think K is kind of under a similar strategy of looking up stuff from the labyrinth, but this it's more of kind of looking for tips and tricks or
Mm-hmm.
like game fact aspect of the labyrinth. She's just like, okay, she knows like she's heard of this thing. It's like, oh, it's just for people want to show off how smart they are, how much they can navigate things. It's like, you know what? We need to get to this creature, and I just want to get to the creature. I don't want to deal with all the stuff that Nurse Mall is about. So she's gonna look through like yeah, like tips or tricks or like
Speed
how
run
navigate
strats.
speed run through the yeah.
Go ahead and roll acuity for me.
Okay.
There's a 6-hour summoning salt video.
6.
Awesome. You pull up the same thing as what Finn pulled up in the stables and stuff like that. So not a lot of new information. Well, it's new to you,
Hmm.
but it's basically like you get distracted by the different rides that you can have, and then you think about Zippy and how Zippy might feel with you riding another creature. And you get
Mm-mm.
distracted a little bit about that. Um, but there is
I,
one thing that you notice, and it
I think
says, "Oh,
I
go ahead."
oh, I say I think when she hits that site, she like kind of like makes a face a little bit.
Mhm.
Because Zippy can do this. Zippy's one of the
Zippy is
best
smart.
mounts around. Yeah, Zippy's smart.
Uh,
Zippy's been all over the place. Zippy's been trained. Been Zippy has experience.
yeah, basically, like I don't know how you would feel, but it's obnoxious the way they're saying
It's
that
like
they're the best mounts. They have the best mounts. We have the best birds. We have the best everything. And
my animal has all these fancy papers that says how smart it is. It's like that's the vibe she's getting from the thing. It's like, oh, it's going to be all these like how great these things are. Like, it's a goat.
as you click out of that, you do notice a little link there that says um tour season.
Mhm.
Tour the labyrinth under the guide of, and it just basically gives you this name, um Robert, under the wise guise of Robert.
Mhm.
And apparently Robert is licensed to take around uh, multiple people every day and whatever, and people from all over wait to book with him because he claims to be the only one that have seen the middle of the labyrinth.
Mhm.
He cannot take you to the middle of the labyrinth though, because that's only a blessing that the monster can do for you. But he is aware of the ways around it. That is his claim. Now, whether it's
Mhm.
true or not, well, we don't know. But you do see a lot of reviews for Robert saying he's the best. He showed me all these things. I saw some gold stuff.
Oh. Ooh. I think if Fenn is close enough, I think she'll kind of like gesture them over. It's like, oh, I,
Yeah.
I think I found some stuff. I think they have some guides. I think this one's pretty
Mhm.
well, and we can just get past most of the labyrinth and then take it from there. We can get a
Yeah.
guide.
And it's just some dude named Robert.
Doesn't even have a last name. It's
Oh,
the Robert
okay.
from the stable.
From the stable.
Mm-hmm.
Well, you know, uh Fenn reads that line about how he can't take you to the center of the labyrinth because that's a blessing. Uh and I think just like under their breath says like well, if they're not gonna bless us with an audience, they can bless these nuts. All right. Any just like gets a wave of screams and has to steady and take a deep breath.
Mm-hmm.
Um yeah.
2 hours have passed. Is there
How
anything
much
else you want to do before y'all meet James in the front?
Uh, I mean, I guess I'd spend the whole 2 hours just going down that rabbit hole trying to see if I can pinpoint anything or get a at least a top five of what we could be encountering or something about it. So
You do know that the local monster hasn't been seen in a long time.
mhm.
Some say that the universe it's taking care of is, you know, her child. Um, basically.
Hmm.
And you know that she's a trickster, but in
Okay.
a good way. Friendly trickster. Just likes to enjoy pranks. But as you're going through it, can you roll another grit for me, please?
Yeah. Oh no, grid.
Oh no.
This everybody.
Oh,
No, just
okay.
Gregory.
Yeah, that's gonna be a 10.
Awesome. You feel the scream coming. You feel it, and it feels like another scream that will debilitate you.
Hmm.
But for whatever reason, your finger stops on a name, and it says Snasher. And
Snasher.
when you read that name, it quiets down the scream a little bit. So instead of it debilitating you, it just sort of like turns the volume down. You can
Mm,
still hear the scream, but turns the volume down. As if
nice.
Snasher is the word that you're
Okay, so then I guess with whatever time is left, I would just focus on anything I can find about that until I guess everybody, whoever, more than likely Finn, comes and gets me to let me know it's time.
looking. Okay. When you're all ready to go outside, you see James. And James
Uh,
is a very go ahead.
oh, is it James? James, is it Jimmy or is it JJ?
It's James.
Just James. James. Okay, that's fine.
And
As long
James
as it's
is
not JJ.
not JJ, it's James. And James is an old man. You don't even know how old James is. It's hard to like understand. He could be in the hundreds or he could just be 60, but he's old, you know? He is old. But he smiles at you. Carme, this is the first time you've seen James. But the three of you've seen James hanging around your mentor a lot. Just sort of like hanging about, you know, uh always trying to have lunch with whoever your mentor is at that time, but at this point, James is super old and he's ready to take you to the airport. And he looks at you guys and says, "Are you ready to go?"
Mr. James, it's wonderful to see you this checks watch. Oof, morning, huh?
It's about 2 a.m. now, I
And
guess.
shakes his hand. Yeah.
Hello. Fenn, right?
Yep, that's the one. Thanks for being out here and giving us a ride.
Well, if Aro asks me to do anything, I'm always there to take care of him.
Well, somebody's got to.
Yeah. He's not coming, is he? No. Yeah. Well, that's too much for me to hope. Anyway, are you all packed and ready to go?
Yes. I think Carme's hand just kind of rises from the back a little bit and it's just like, is this going to be able to fit on the vehicle that we're taking? And she just gestures to a dolly that is holding like a large thing covered in like black cloth.
And you notice that it's just a van. A
Put on
minivan at that.
put it on top.
He looks at you and just goes, "Are you sure this is really necessary?
Mm-hmm.
Is there a way you could, I don't know, make it smaller?"
Yeah, I could make it smaller, just like 2 shakes of lamb's tail. And then she like goes under the hood and you just see components being like flung out from under it willy-nilly. And like in a very brief minute, she's got it to about like it's gone down from large fridge size to like sort of like a half bookshelf. Okay, that's all I can get it down to.
Okay, I guess it's better than a giant thing it was earlier. Anybody else bringing anything? Awesome.
Is Zippy coming with us?
Zippy is coming with us. I think
Yeah.
I think
Big Zippy compared to the minivan.
Zippy can. I mean, there's probably like a thing on top, or like Zippy can like get the exercise in before the running in before being stuck on a plane. So
Awesome.
just like carpool in the way of just like running behind the
Are
van.
you going to be riding the van, or are you going to be riding Zippy?
We'll ride Zippy.
All right.
Let's follow the van. We'll carpool in the weird way with the van and a bird wolf creature.
Awesome.
And Gregory is bringing snacks. Ben says with just the utmost confidence.
And you turn around and you don't see Gregory. You look over to the side and Gregory is feeding it has these pellets wrapped in raw bacon that loves to feed. I am so sorry. What is your bird wolf?
Zippy.
Zippy. God, I don't know why I was saying it like remember it, but okay. So feeding Zippy some pellets, and then like goes, huh? What? What did y'all call me?
Oh no, it's just like Mr. James asked if there was anybody else bringing anything.
Oh, and walks.
And you have snacks, right?
Yeah, walks over and like looks in his bag and pulls out this another brown like lunch bag rolled up and hands it to Mr. James. He is I want to say he's a big saltwater taffy guy. So I've been experimenting with like my own dessert kind of thing close to that. And so I know he's a fan of the general flavor, so I hand him those to see, kind of testing out, see if he really likes them or not.
He grabs them and he does enjoy them. But you also know that James is a trash can when it comes to the stomach and eats
Yep.
anything happily to just like, oh, this is the best thing I've ever had, Master Gregory. This is amazing.
Yeah,
It's wonderful. Thank you.
yeah. Half of the reason is he really likes Mr. James and likes making him snacks because he's just the nicest guy. But also it's partially because he knows it's going to be a confident boost because there is literally nothing he's made so far that he's not loved. So he's just like, I'm gonna take that small dub when I can.
The drive to the airport is quiet. The plane ride is quiet. Did you guys want to talk to each other at all during the plane ride? Or do you want to just...
No, and see, that's one of the things that I really enjoy about Mr. James Gregory is that he's always very appreciative. That was just like, I hate to be stuck on this, but like one of the worst things. Have you ever tried to eat? Have you ever tried to eat with JJ? Have you ever been with that guy at a meal?
All right.
That man is the pickiest eater I've ever met.
What actually happened? Because I've met JJ before. I've never had really any issue. I know there's some people that aren't exactly big fans, but you have an active hate for JJ. So I need what's going on?
No, I said I can't deal with JJ right now. I don't want to talk about it.
Okay.
He's just a really picky eater. He just like...
Well, you gotta forgive. You gotta forgive JJ. You see, he's still young. He's still learning. He's not like me with I've eaten everything and I've learned not to be picky. So you have to forgive JJ. He's just a young one.
No, I don't though. He hasn't
I don't
apologized. You see.
see. Apologize for what?
I don't want to fucking talk about it. And just goes
Fine.
back to looking out the window.
I'll open up my coat, reach into the pocket, and pull out these I'll let you describe what they are, but it is a uh fuck everything snack. Like, I'm tired of everything, I'm mad, and you always like it's that flavor you need. And so I've known from, you going on missions and coming back into our place being just really pissed off, and almost it actually got to a point where I started setting up that food with something else just to see if it is a conscious or subconscious thing. And subconsciously, you always go for that first. So it's just kind of, I know Finn's gonna be pissed. This is a Snickers essentially.
Yeah, I think it's like it's peanut butter, honey, and pretzel. So like kind of this mix of sweet and savory.
Mm-hmm.
And just like without looking, still looking out the window, Fenn grabs it and starts chewing on it. It's like, see, JJ would have hated this, and fucking salty and sweet don't go together. Fuck off. It goes back to looking out the window.
And I've perfected these to where it's a pretzel, small little like pretzel sticks, but inside the pretzel is where I have the peanut butter, and then I've managed to just lightly heat the honey and let it cool to where it just creates a little like a little shell around the pretzel stick.
That sounds delicious.
So yeah, I just hand those, and yeah.
Zippy is running outside with K on it, correct?
Do we when Fenn like got down, is Fenn kind of like in kind of like, what's the expression on their face?
Uh Pensive, enjoying the snack. Um just kind of looking out the window, watching the scenery roll past. A little bit of the honey uh dribbles out, and they lick it up, and then like look at the pretzel stick and get that little bit of, oh, I should call him face, and then just like shake their head and goes back to looking out the window.
I think at that point, like what was it? You'll see like Kay and Zippy run on the side, and like she's going to you know how there's condensation on the on like windows in the early in the morning? She's gonna do
Yeah.
like the little like, like neutral face, kind of like the two dots and then the straight line underneath, like that sort of face on the thing, like right where Ben is. It's just
Oh,
No.
yeah.
that's so cute. Um, since Zippy and K is outside, K, can you roll grit for me, please?
Great. Okay. Great. What is my? Oh, there you go. Do. 10.
Awesome. These screams come, but they don't hurt you. And they haven't hurt you. Gregory's the only one that seems to be affected by it. But there's a voice you recognize in the screams. It's a voice you recognize. You can't quite put your finger on it. Anyway, you all arrive at the airport, and you all arrive, and you're all ready to go. Zippy is gonna be traveling in the cargo where the the animals usually travel, while you're all like in in various places in the economy plane or whatever.
Mm-hmm.
The ride, you even though you can get plane rides everywhere at any time, Sir Aro does have limitations in the tickets that you get. You don't get to sit in first class. You only get to sit in like sometimes it's one of those Southwest flights where you have to like check in early. And since you
Mm-hmm.
never ever check in early because you never know when you're going, you're always at the group C when you're about to ride and you're like lining up, and it's the worst. But at least you're there. James says, um, waves to you and says, "I'll see you at Interismal," and um, just waves you away. And I think that is a great time for us to take a break. So we can all stand up, stretch a little bit, and we'll be back for more of Act 1 of Snasher. See you guys soon.